Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is your boy EXF at EXFGaming, and today I bring to you a new segment into EXF videos and whatnot. It is the review for Black Clover. Now, if you don't know what Black Clover is, it is an anime that came out last year. A lot of people don't give it enough credit, actually, where it's due. I actually like this anime a lot. It's actually developing fairly well. Obviously, there's no perfect anime; it has its own issues, but I think it's a good anime. Not a great anime, but it's a good anime. And of course, I know I give credit to the show. Now, what's going to happen here is that I'm going to give my weekly review. So as the episode comes out, I'm gonna do like a review, give my thoughts and opinions on the episode overall. Is it good? Is it bad? And just minor details on what's actually happening, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it as well. Now, obviously, there is a spoiler warning for every time I put these videos up. It is a review of the episode, so you will be spoiled if you have not watched the episode. The other thing is that I'm not going to be reviewing anything of the manga, so I won't be saying anything that happened in the manga, because obviously the manga is ahead of the anime, because the anime takes information from the manga and actually animate them. So no anime, so you won't be spoiled on that part, but you will be spoiled for weekly show episodic episodes. Doesn't make any sense, episodic episodes, but anyways, yes, you will be spoiled. Spoiler warning every single time, obviously. So I'll say it. So if you get spoiled, like, that's really all on you, honestly, because like it's all there. It's all there. So anyways, let's get into it. So I'm gonna start with episode 26, and then hopefully I'll get enough time to do episode 1 to 25 if you guys are interested in seeing that as well. I'm also thinking of doing My Hero Academia, maybe, but other YouTubers are already big on that anyways. But anyways, let's get into it. So episode 26 of Black Clover, it starts off with Asta being in this cursed state where his cheek and his hips are, I think is it his hips or his legs, anyways, are cursed, so he just can't stop bleeding from the wound, and he actually uses his anti-magic swords, his 2 swords, to actually cut on his wound to remove the curses, so that it'll start healing and he stops bleeding. And the mysterious group that actually showed up to the Clover Kingdom are all there. All the white robe people, they all show up, and pretty much Asta and company are surrounded, and it's kind of like a dire situation for them, how they're gonna get out of it. And Asta says that not giving up is my magic, and I found that really interesting, because it's kind of like one of those like Naruto-esque kind of things, like Shonen Jump kind of characters, like, I'm not gonna give up because that's, as a main character, I should not give up kind of thing. But that's pretty cliche, in my opinion. So then all the mysterious people, they all start attacking. Asta, of course, with this anti-magic, kind of spins it around like a whirlwind and just cancels out all of their magic attacks. Now, obviously, with the anti-magic swords that Asta has, he's really like an OP character in Black Clover, because like in the Clover Kingdom and in the world of Black Clover, it's just magic is everything, right? So with Asta having an anti-magic sword, as long as he can get his sword on contact with the magic, like it doesn't matter how strong you are, like, it cancels out the magic, which is interesting. Of course, now we get into the next segment, where Asta cuts through all of the magic, and then the mysterious group, they kind of amp up the firepower, and they corner also Asta and Leopold, and we have Noelle using her defensive spell to protect them. After that, we have one of the group members actually use a magic absorbing spell, tree binding magic absorption spell, which actually destabilizes Noelle's defensive water sphere. I guess I forgot the exact name of it. It's like dragon something. Anyways, at that point, one of the other members of the group uses the wind magic spell, the tornado tornado needles, I believe he called it. So he uses the tornado needles to poke into Leopold and Asta. So they got Swiss cheese. They're down. They're out cold. And then the finishing blow was about to come. And then what would happen is we have Lozelle use his Mercury magic to defend both Leopold and Asta at the same time, and they all come in. All the Magic Knights, they all come in. As most of you already know, they did get teleported out by one of the mysterious group members out of town, and it took all their strength to combine to actually come back in the nick of time to protect Asta, because as the narrative was told, it was actually going to take them a long time to actually get back. So what would happen is all of the members actually who got transported out of the town combine their strength to get back in the nick of time. And it's actually really interesting because as they were actually talking about how they got back, it just seems like none of the members actually enjoy or are reluctant to actually work with the other members of the guild, which is interesting because we have Lozelle actually say at the end of all the speech, saying that no matter what our mission or our purpose is to protect the kingdom, which is interesting. So everybody swallowed their pride and actually work together, even though working together is not something that they want to do. And it seems like they actually acknowledge that of the other members' strength. Actually, they actually acknowledge their strength and their capabilities, which is interesting. So there's actually not a lot of teamwork in between the guilds, it seems like, or like they're not friendly, or they're not pals or something like that. But anyways, hopefully we'll get more explanation as to why they're not as friendly or like close knit, I guess. I'm not really sure, but we'll find out. We'll definitely find out later on. But anyway, so we have Lozelle actually go in and use his Mercury Rain attack to wipe out the Mishra's group, and we have one of the girls called Sally from the group use a slimy salamander, or gel salamander. I think that's what it was, gel salamander. I can't keep track of every single magic spell, honestly. Anyway, so gel salamander comes in. And then she actually couples that with conjunction with a dark magic tool, which actually absorbs the Mercury Rain. Before she injected the tool to actually absorb the Mercury Rain, it was implied that Lozelle's magic was gonna pierce right through the salamander. So it's actually interesting what this magic tool was that actually made her be stronger or more durable than a captain level magic, which is interesting. So I mean, hopefully we'll get more information on that as well. I'm not really sure how well Black Clover will explain the lore of every magic item, because as I see it, there's not a lot of explanation as to how magic works in the Black Clover story. Like it's what you call a soft magic, I believe. Soft magic is like, okay, you can do a lot of things, but there's no consequence as to doing it, or a real reason as to why things happen, as opposed to hard magic where there's a set of rules and restrictions of how you can use your magic. But I might do a video on that when I get fairly far with Black Clover and see how well and how detailed they actually explain the lore itself. So anyway, so at that point, Sally actually grabs Asta with the gel salamander, grabs him, and then at that point Asta has been captured, and then the teleport guy actually teleports them away from the scene. Goleon is down, obviously, from the last episode. His arm is ripped off. He seems to be unconscious, I guess, but they apparently took something from it, it seems like. We'll find out in the next episode, obviously. And at the same time, we now go to the next scene where the Mysterious group actually goes to their hideout, it seems like. And then they're all kind of like arguing between, like, why, like it took too long to actually get what they wanted. And and whatnot. So, and Sally obviously wants to dissect Asta because she seems like the researcher type, and she looks also crazy with her red eyes. And you know, they're just kind of fighting, and then we go to the scene where we have the Wizard King pop out of nowhere and say, hey, I've been waiting for you, which is really interesting. So he actually didn't join the fray in Clover Kingdom, but he waited for them to actually return. I'm not really sure where the tactic goes there, but anyways, so we see that, you know, there's a bit of a talk, and then the Bashir group starts attacking Julius, the Wizard King, obviously, and you know, Julius is dodging them left, right, and center. No challenge for him. It just seems like he's teleporting in between the attacks. Just way too powerful for these guys to handle. And then two guys coming in, and Julius just literally vaporizes them. Like, it's like it wasn't implied that he killed them. Like, he literally killed two of them just in one shot. Boom. They just disappeared. And then one of the guys just like, hey, like, this is not possible. We need to kill this guy. Comes in, and then Yulia uses time binding magic chronostasis, which actually just renders them just motionless, like completely motionless. They can't move. Julius just took care of them easily. Asta's just astounded as to why he's powerful, how he's so powerful. But that's what a Wizard King is. You have to be the best of the best. That's what it is. Asta's freaking out. His body's shaking. He can't stand. He's trying to stand because he just freaked out that the guys that he couldn't handle himself was taken out very, very casually by the Wizard King. And then at that point, we have Julius, the Wizard King, actually approach this the stone slab with jewels in them, and he's like, I don't know, I've never seen these patterns, I've never seen this jewel before, what is it? He's questioning the guys that he captured, but they can't move because they're in this chronostasis, like time froze for them or something like that. And then the episode ends with the mysterious figure, which I would assume is the boss of the mysterious group, and it's just like this white light, and you just see his face, and then like that's it. Like that's the episode. So overall, I actually like this episode a lot. A lot of things happened, a lot of story, a lot of questions built up, and hopefully we'll get the answers to those, especially who that guy is. What is the mysterious group trying to actually do with the jewels? Because we did see in one of the episodes the jewel that Asta and the bird found. So hopefully we'll get more explanation onto that. I would like to see more fights with Julius, the Wizard King, just to see how strong he actually is, to actually see a scale as to how strong a person can get. Because as it stands now, Asta's pretty OP on his own, just because he does have the anti-magic swords that he has. And hopefully we'll get more explanation as to his second sword. He does have magic absorbing capabilities, as some of you already know. So hopefully we'll get to see a lot of that happen. Definitely come back next week, as I will be breaking down another episode for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I've never done this kind of thing before, so hopefully I did okay. Definitely let me know in the comment section below if you want me to do something more or less, or how I should make it a little bit better for you guys to enjoy. So again, definitely check out Black Clover. I like it. Hopefully you guys like it. I know a lot of you guys say Asta yells too much. He's not really yelling that much nowadays, or maybe I just got used to it. I'm not too sure, but anyways, that's it from today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Again, definitely hit that comment section, let me know your thoughts of the episode, like the video, subscribe for more stuff like this. Fire Emblem Heroes is my main thing. We will have more anime stuff coming through and more content aside from Fire Emblem Heroes, because Fire Emblem Heroes is kind of becoming bland for me, and I need some content to produce on my YouTube channel. So thanks again, and I'll see you guys in my next installment.